Yeah, very good. Then give me your name for the logbook again. Go ahead.
We're going to wait till he starts calling QRZ again, see if we can break through this huge pileup he's working.
The land of DXing, Jim, and you're putting in a nice signal and a good deal on your new ticket there. So glad to be your first Cayman Island contact. If you need a card, we'll be glad to...
it's Zulu Foxtrot 2 Golf Tango in Cayman Islands.
By way of the Bureau, but glad to make the contact with you. 7-3, Jim, and good DXing. This is ZF2 Golf Tango, and I'm listening.
Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio. Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio.
Mexico Radio. Do I have the call correct?
QSL, that is Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio. You do have the call correct. The name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf. QTH is in South Carolina, over.
Very good signal, Doug. You're 5959, Paul, in the Cayman Islands, okay?
QSL, Paul, thank you very much for coming back to the call. You've got a big pile up working on you, so good luck with it. 73 from South Carolina, Zulu Foxtrot 2 Golf Tango from Kilo 4 Delta Mike Radio.
Very good, Doug. Thank you for the contact. I appreciate it. QRZ, Zulu Fox 2 Golf Tango, listen. QSL, Nick, fine copy. Thanks for the call. Nice to meet you. 73, QRZ 28 from the Orkney Islands. Mike 0 Echo Alpha X-ray.
Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio.
Delta Mexico Radio, please. Your call sign.
Yes, thank you. It's Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio. You're 59 plus here in the South Carolina.
Very good. Kilo 4 Delta Mike Radio, also 59 plus in the Orkney Islands. 73.
73. Good luck. Good DX.
73.
Kilowatt 4 Delta Mexico Radio. QSL, thank you for the 59. You're also 59 into the state of South Carolina. The name here is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf, over.
Thank you very much.
Alright, with the microphone set, we'll give you another little tour here. The primary microphone that I normally use, this is the Heil HM10 dual element microphone. It's got the 4 element and 5 element inside of it. You see on the bottom where you can switch it from 4 to 5. We keep it on the 5 for the wide element, gives it just a little bit more of a punch. The boom, of course, is a homemade boom. The Heil booms, they run anywhere between $75 to $100 for the booms. This is one of those little lights that you can buy from just about anywhere, and I've modified it into a microphone. And if you get a good look at the computer system, right now we're running the Ham Radio Deluxe logging software. It comes with the logging program along with a DX cluster, and you can see on there where there's the DX station. That's the country. That's the frequency that they've been spotted on, and that's the station that actually spotted them. And of course that shows you the distance they are from you. It's like from Norway, it's 4,293 miles. And of course the date and the time and the comments. On my other screen is where I keep up the other part of the logging program. It's where you can add stations that you talk to into your logging program. And let's see if we can get our screen to switch here. And I usually keep up my QRZ page, which you can find me at qrz.com with my call Kilo 4 Delta Mike Romeo, K4DMR. And there shows my station there. And it shows you a little bit of everything. Since I've been talking on the radio here for the past few minutes, right now my lookups is there's been 17,300 people that's looked me up, and if we refresh it, we'll see that that's going to change. Probably 11 more people has looked me up since I've been playing on the radio here. The other boom that you see here, that goes to my 2-meter radio. The microphone is a microphone that I just picked up from a flea market. It's actually one of the microphones that go with one of the PlayStations or something. I'm not sure what it goes with. But there again, I have it on a boom that I've fabricated myself or modified from a lamp. Alright, we'll come down here to the bottom left. This is my MFJ voice keyer. Basically what it does is I can record my voice and push one of the buttons and it'll transmit my pre-recorded voice. It kind of saves my voice, especially during from contests or even when I'm calling CQ. I'll give you an example of what it sounds like here. What we'll do is we'll turn it off to where it will not transmit whenever I play it. And we'll turn it up and I can push it here.
CQDX calling CQ, hello CQ, CQDX.
Alright, that's one way I can key it up. And let me switch over here real quick to this little thing that I made up. Let's back up on this. And this is a project box that I get from Radio Shack, and I've actually got it wired into the MFJ voice keyer so I can key the voice box without pushing it. And each one's got something different.
CQDX calling CQ, hello CQ, CQDX. CQDX calling CQ, hello CQ Delta X-ray.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear it.
4 Delta.
And we stopped that transmission, and here's another one.
A QRZ contest, Kilo 4 Delta, Mike Radio.
Stop. Here's another one.
Thank you, you're 59 South Carolina.
Stop that one.
South Carolina, Sugar Charlie.
And here's one that I set up just for tuning the amplifier. And that's the MFJ voice keyer. Alright, and I have loan on here is the MFJ Versa Tuner 2. I do not have it in line right now. It's only a 300 watt tuner, so it's probably only good for about 150 watts or so. It's actually on loan from a buddy of mine. Thank you, Brian, K4LXH. And that's for tuning and antennas for a match system. So if I have a wire that's cut resonant for 75 meters and I want to use it on 40 meters, then I can tune it and be able to use the wire on that band. Next setup we have here, of course, is the MFJ 868 giant watt meter. As you can see, it is a giant watt meter. And here is the control that controls my rotator. And what the rotator does, it turns my beam. So right now we're pointed at northeast. If you can get in there a little bit better, it's about at 40 degrees. And so as the antenna, if I want to go, turn the antenna north, just push the button to the left. And right now it is turning my antenna to the north. So right now the antenna is pointed north. And here is the radio. It's a Yaesu FT 950. Very good radio. It's one of the, I wouldn't say the cheaper version of the DX radios from Yaesu. New right now, these are running about $1,400, $1,500 new. And right now they have a $250 mail-in rebate, which I had to wait it. Mine was only $150 mail-in rebate, which I'm still waiting on. A very nice rig. It's got a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of knobs. Let's see, right now we're on 282.1. It's got a very touchy VFO. And what the VFO is called Variable Frequency Oscillator. And that's what this right here is. And as I turn it, that changes the frequency. To give you an example, let's see, turn the volume up, spin the dial. There you go, Washington, D.C. And the new addition to the ham shack, let's pull this little sticker off here, it's my little cheat sheet. That is an Ameritron AL811H amplifier. Basically, a lot of people don't understand exactly what an amplifier does, but this is a linear. I know everybody's heard of CB, the Citizens Band World, and which is actually illegal to run an amplifier on the CB band, but here on the amateur bands it is perfectly 100% legal. With my license class, I can run up to 1500 watts peak power, and this is the Ameritron I just picked up. So to power the radio, it takes 14.8 volts, and in line I have an Astron RS35M, which is a 35 amp power supply. Alright, not very good light on this, but this is the Hager, I think it's the Hager plate system. It's a grounding system that I'd mentioned. And these are my different coaxes hooked up to the system. So whenever I'm ready to disconnect everything, just unscrew it from here. And it's totally disconnected from the antenna outside. This is the coax that goes to the beam. And this is the coax here that goes to the inverted V system. And this one here goes to the copper J pole for the 2 meter. And let's see, we'll stand up here and take you on a tour around the room. We'll start up here at the corner. You have to excuse all the wires and stuff I have hanging around. The room here itself, my dad and my boys helped me build. It's a 10 by 10 room, insulated. And this is where all of the DX, the QSL cards from different countries start. Goes up, and there, as you can see, there are plenty of them. And again, don't mind the junk. You see the dog's milk bone stuff there, but you know what man cave radio room does not have junk in it? And of course, some of the cards are starting to fall down, so we've got to do some modifications to it. But this is where the DX cards start. And come around the room, and I have plenty of cards in the shoebox here to fill this void here. Now let me pause this here for a second. I see my battery lights flashing. Let me hook up to auxiliary power. Alright, now we're back. But yeah, I had a United States map there. Didn't really use it that much. I pretty much know where the states are, so we won't go into that much. But I have plenty of cards to fill that void. And all the sleeves that you see in the cards, those are actually photo album sleeves that I just put the cards in. But continuing with the DX cards. And the DX cards stop there. And here is where the United States cards start, which I have a shoebox full of those as well, that I can, if I ever find room to put up on the wall, they'll go up on the wall of fame as well. Now if you notice the map here, I'm not sure exactly how well you can see the pins on the, well, let's zoom in there. Okay, there you go. All of the red pins that you see is a station that I've talked to and confirmed with a QSL card by paper card or by Logbook of the World. And you see most of the Caribbean's worked, most of South America's worked and confirmed. South Shetland Island, that's got a white pin. Oh, the white pins are countries that I've talked to that I do not have confirmed yet. But as you can see, the ratio on the map is very well a lot more red pins than white pins, which is a good thing. Most of all Europe worked. A lot of Africa worked and confirmed. Shoot over here to Asia. Asiatic Russia, European Russia, both worked and confirmed. Mongolia, not confirmed yet, but worked. I've got several stations in Japan. There's a good one. Hong Kong, worked and confirmed. Thailand, India, worked and confirmed. Kazakhstan, worked and confirmed. Like I say, anything with a red pin is something that I've worked and have it confirmed. Here's some Pacifica islands. Guam, Northern, oh goodness, Mariana Island, Marshall Islands, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, a lot of stations in Australia. I've only got one pin per country. If I put a pin in each country for each station I worked, I'd probably have probably about 7,000 pins in this map, and it's not necessary. And on here, more Pacific, New Zealand. There's a island right there. Don't remember what island it is. It's not even on the map. Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, New Caledonia, Greenland up there. So I've worked all 7 continents, and I've confirmed all 7 continents. And oh, I even got a baby picture in there. But there, I've worked a few stations in Antarctica, and have them confirmed. Alright, so hopefully you have a little bit more understanding of the hobby that I do. So tomorrow we'll get out and get some video of the antenna systems that I run. Just to give you a rundown of what I run a TET. It's a 4-element tri-bander. It's 4 elements on 10 and 15 meters, and 3 elements on 20 meter. It's an older beam. It's probably made maybe late 70s, 80s or so. Very good friend of mine hooked me up with the antenna. Thank you, Paul. Paul Jones over in Ridgeville, president of the Radars. His call sign is NN4F, or November 4 Foxtrot. A very good friend of mine, DX buddy, a contesting buddy. But other than that, the other antennas that I run, I'm sorry, I have a inverted V dipole, which is cut for 75 meters and also for 40 meters. It's 2 different wires, but it's fed with 1 center feed point. But thanks. I hope this really helps a lot of people understand a little bit more about more of my hobby of ham radio. Like I said, it's very similar to CB radio. Everybody's heard of a CB radio. Everybody's had a cousin or their dad or somebody's had a CB radio in their truck. And this is definitely a big step up from CB radio. You don't have to deal with all the hate and discontent, the foul language, just the mess that goes on CB. I started out in CB myself. My mom bought me my first CB station when I was 14 years old. I used to go outside at night all the time in my dad's truck and play on the CB radio. So she bought me my first station. It was a Cobra 142 GTL, and Dad had gotten a I believe it was a penetrator antenna from a friend of his that he worked with, that they had at the hunt club, and plugged that up and played on CB for a little while. Then got introduced to what is called free band. Yeah, the free band, which is also an illegal place to where you can talk, but that's where I got started in talking to DX. I talked all around the world on 11 meter. And after that, it took me a long time. I wasn't very interested in getting my ham license. I looked into it, wasn't too sure about it, but in 2005, Brian, K4LXH, he was also one of my CB buddies, and he came over to the house a few times and started talking on one of the nets. I'm like, I think about time to get my license. So went and took my study for my test, took my technician's class, passed it, no problem. Got on the air on 2 meter. From there, the Morse code section of the test was still required. It was only 5 words per minute. I actually went and took my general test first before I took the Morse code test. The late Randy, K4QO, he was one that was tragically lost in a plane crash headed down to the Bahamas for a de-expedition. He loaned me some tapes. I'm pretty sure it was Randy. I'm trying to think now, it's been so long. But loaned me the Gordon West tapes to where I could learn Morse code, or CW, so we'll call it from now on, CW. And so I took my general, and I could not talk on the general bands until I passed that Morse code test. So after I passed the general test, I went back and took the Morse code test, the 5 words a minute, and passed it. I think I missed like 1 or 2 characters on it for a perfect copy. So I am a coded, one of the coded amateur operators. A lot of people now, Morse code is no longer required, but I've got mine. I've played on CW a little bit. It's a fun mode, but not very fast with it. Then I think in 2007 I studied and went and passed my extra test, which the extra portion of the ham license is the highest you can go. So I have the highest license that you can get in ham radio. You have more frequencies that you can talk on, and you just have more of a band scope to where you can, more places to talk. And I've found, since I've been an extra class operator, that a lot of the DX stations out there in the extra portion of the band. It's not hard, it's not difficult, just do some studying and pass it. There are several practice exams that you can take on the internet. One particular good one is on QRZ.com. Anybody out there that's interested in becoming a ham operator, is hopefully I've spiked your interest on this video here, and you'll get in contact with me. Those of you that know me, that know my cell phone number, shoot me a text. My email is K4DMR@yahoo.com. Send me an email. I'll be more than happy to direct you in the way that you need to go to get your ham license. Any questions that you have, I'll be more than happy to answer. I'm sure if I cannot answer them, I'm sure I know plenty of people that can answer them for you. It's not hard. It is a fun hobby. It is an expensive hobby. I've got a few $1,000s tied up in equipment, and just the radio. So now this is not really a high-end radio. This is like a medium range. You can get some of these ham radios to get up into the $10,000, $12,000 range. Not me. A simple radio that you can get starting out, you can pick up a used yaesu or an ICOM radio for anywhere between $300, $400, $500. The tuner, you can pick them up off eBay, $50, $75. 2-meter radios, you can pick them up as low as anywhere between $50 to $100. Amplifiers, I will not mention the price that I got this amplifier for, because you'll probably call me the luckiest dog in the world. Like say again, thank you, Steven. But brand new, this Ameritron 811H amplifier that I have runs about anywhere between $900, $1,000, depending on where you get it from. But I'll go ahead and tell you, I picked this up for $200, and I couldn't be more happy and ecstatic. Which you can see from my other videos of how much it helps, especially if you're trying to get a station that there's a big pileup, and a pileup is when several other stations are calling, and you see everyone that I just showed in this video or the prior video. I broke through those pileups with no problem. Only 700 watts, and like I said, I still got another 800 watts I can go to be legal limit. But like I said, give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, friend me on Facebook. You can look for me, Doug Rickerfrenny. Any other questions or anything, just get in contact with me. I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you, 7-3, which means best regards in the ham radio world. And God bless from my station to yours. K4DMR in South Carolina, 73.